Hello, I'm Captain Mark Waters, Captain H2O. I'm here with another episode. We're going to talk about faded paints, and especially on rescues. If you look behind me, this truck here has a real bad fade or faded paint. And it happens, it's common on these rescues because this is fiberglass and the paint doesn't tend to hold up very well on the fiberglass as opposed to regular mod. So we're going to see what we can do. I've already done a little test section over on the side and came out okay, so we'll see how the rest of this goes. I'm going to use a Bigfoot polisher, DA polisher. I'm using compound from the chemical guys. So let's get started. So as you can see here, this paint is really faded. And then here's my little test section I did down here. And that was just basically one pass. So we compare this section here to this section here. And we can see, you know, there's a big time difference. So again, we're going to give it another little try. And let's see if we can get the rest of the hood to look like that.
That or a little bit more?
So that's fine. Just put 4 dots on there, and then when you turn it, just try to make sure that the machine stays flat.
Okay.
We talked about, just feel our paint, and our paint's still cool, so you're good. 4 and after. It's not as intimidating as you thought, huh? And with the DA polisher, you're not going to get into trouble that you would normally do. The only thing is, like, look at that pad.
Coming up.
That's where, you know, you constantly have to. You have the pad washer. Something like this is where you're going to use it a lot. So, I mean. Okay, we'll see how this came out. Again, with this one, they were pretty much thinking about getting it repainted. So anything I do to it is going to be better. So it's not a Ferrari, it's not a Porsche. I know people are going to say, well, you should do this or that. It is a backup rescue unit. And we're going to make it look a lot better. With a decent amount of effort. I mean, I'm not saying it's poor effort, but a decent amount of effort. So, and right there, I think we're looking pretty good. So I'm going to do the rest of the hood, and then I'm going to come back and hit it with a polish. I'll come back and show you the polishing and see where we stand from there. But right now, I mean, we really did these. So we have faded half, and we have the side that we compound. I'll go ahead, use the chemical guys 32 compound, worked pretty good. I'm sure it could do the McGuire's. I just happen to have the 32. McGuire's will do just as well. So we haven't polished it yet. I've made the decision that I'm going to go ahead and compound the whole thing. That way I'm not slinging polish over one area and all that. It's great to do the comparison, but for me, working today, I'd rather just get the job done right, in which I'll go ahead and compound the whole thing. So kind of gives you the comparison of how bad it was, and then where we can go from this. Now, we still have 2 more steps after this. We're going to polish it, and then I'm going to put a protectant on top of that. and then hopefully after that, continue to spray wax it and keep building those layers of protection. I couldn't do this without the Bigfoot. The Bigfoot just makes the job so much easier on this one. You know, the nice thing about rescues and that is being able to adjust your working surface. I'm able to bring it up for myself so I don't have to get up and down a ladder all the time. Plus, sometimes I find it easier to work. Wipe the excess off. Really does look good. A nice smooth finish to it. Okay, so we're done with the polish aspect. It's very smooth. A lot of scratches are out. It's not 100%, but again, it is a backup rescue unit. It's going to sit outside. If it can't sit in a station, it's going to sit outside. So it's going to be exposed to the elements. So that all my hard work doesn't go to fade. I'm going to finish it off with some jet seal or sealant. There are many different types out there. I just happen to have jet seal right now. So okay, we'll let it dry according to directions. For the most part, it's not a long dry time on this. We'll wipe it off. Just remember not to wash it for quite some time after that. You read the directions. Some people, they forget about those things, and especially here in the fire service, they love to wash things, especially when you have probationary firefighters. They feel like they have to keep busy and wash the truck, and all your hard work goes down the drain. So do not wash this after you put it on for at least a couple of days. So today we worked through basically compounding, take some oxidation out of a rescue truck. So what we did was, in this case, I used Chemical Guys 32 compound, which could have used McGuire's, anything. It just happened to be what I had today. I used my Bigfoot. This thing is awesome for doing big jobs like this. If you can see, I used a microfiber cutting pad. This one here. However, it did not look like this. It looked like this when we're done. So, got to clean this up after we're done. And then I finished it off with some radiant polish. I happen to like this stuff. I came upon it. I had it a long time ago, and I came upon it again. And it's a great one-step. If you need a one-step, this is a great one-step polish. But if not, for finishing, it's great too. And then I used a Hex Logic pad for that one, and that ended up coming out like this too. So on the rescue units themselves, they don't have a lot of protection on them. The clear coat was non-existing. We're thinking of more of maybe a one-step. I'm sure there was a clear coat at one time. And then right now I'm waiting for the jet seal to dry, the sealant, and then I'm going to wipe that off. And it should be hazing up now. Let's take the jet seal off. It comes off really nice. Really like the way that finishes. There's another one out there McGuire's has. It's good. I just think it's hard to take off. Jet seal comes off pretty easy. Wow. When I say even I was doubting it earlier today, This truck came out looking amazing. There's my finished product. And we are just doing the hood today. One, I'm on duty today, so that's all I had time for. It was a small enough project for me to be able to handle today, even with all the calls and interruptions. So I think you could say that we have a major improvement from what it was to what it is now. But while I was compounding, I wanted to show you something else. That is all the times I clean my pad to get that. Alright, thanks again. Hope to come back to you next time. We're going to work on windows. Do an episode on window cleaning. Clay barring, polishing, and then putting some kind of protectant on it. So thanks again for watching. Again, here's our ride that we worked on today. And it definitely looks better than it did when we started. See you guys.